After your students and learners have accessed your course, you will want to look at the class progress and the grades. I'm going to cover looking at the class list, which is your roster, looking at the course progress, which looks at each individual student's progress throughout the course, and then also look at the grade book, which has the grades that the students will receive. Let's start with the class list. The class list is basically a roster. It has all of your students who are enrolled in your course. It has their name, email address, ID, and it also has a role, which in most cases they will be a learner. Now you can email students individually from this location right here, or you can view their progress, or you can look at any group enrollments. Or you can send an email to the entire class right here by emailing the class list. That is the class list, basically your roster. So now let's look at course progress. Under the heading My Brightspace, you will see class progress. Here, you will see another listing of all your students, but this is different. This measures and takes account of all of their accomplishments throughout your course, and it tells you where they are in the course so that you can monitor it to maintain a sense of understanding of where your students are. So for example, you see the student name, you see content. How much content have they completed? If you've established objectives, where are they with those? You can see how many times they've logged in. And then on the far right, you have grades. Now this isn't actually the grade book, this just tells you a status. Okay, so blue is good. This student is passing. Yellow, student is average. And this down on the bottom, the student is currently having difficulty with the class. That's the class progress. Now let's take a look at the grade book. Where are the grades stored? If you go into course admin, under assessment, you will see grades. Click on grades. Now in this area right here, you will see all of your students with any quizzes that they've taken. Now you can see this in two different ways. You can see this in the standard view, which is a process which is not editable or changeable. As the students take their quizzes, their grades will automatically populate the gradebook. But if there is an instance where you may have a bonus question or extra credit, or a student missed a quiz, but you're going to allow them to take it at a later time, maybe using paper and pencil, you can actually go in here and change the view to a spreadsheet view, and thereby allowing you, even though automation has occurred, you can actually go in here and make some modifications yourself. So let's say, for example, student 3 missed this quiz for a legitimate reason and they were excused. You allowed them to take a quiz in class and they came in and they did really well. They made a 10 on it. So you can actually add that. You can save. And that modification has been changed. Now there are other areas you can look at within the gradebook. You could look at manage grades. These are the grade items that once the quiz is completed, the actual grade is loaded into a grade item, thereby containing and holding on to the grade for you. Now, one very important aspect of the gradebook is to provide reporting so that at the end of your course, you are able to download or acquire the results of your students within the class. And it's really simple how to do this. Right here where it says export, you have the option of exporting all of your grades into an Excel spreadsheet or into a CSV file format, text format, and thereby giving you the opportunity to review, store this information, or actually present it in a different manner. So let's go ahead and click that, export. As you can see, it does allow you options to choose from in your download. You can get ID, username, or both. You can get the grade, you can get the points, you can get last name, first name, and email. And these can be all columns within your report. Now, if you want to go ahead and select the specific items that you want downloaded, go ahead and select the ones you want. I want quiz, and I want final calculated grade, and I want to have first name, last name. So let's choose those two. First name and last name. And I'm going to send it to Excel. So it's currently downloading that information for me. It will open Excel, and then it will open the document in a read-only format. You will need to enable that so that you can make any modifications that you need to do. Now you click download. And as you can see, Excel is starting to open. It is in a read-only format. So you'll click enable editing. And as you can see, now we have the columns that were in our gradebook. We have username, last name, first name, grade scheme, and the final calculated grade. This particular course is a pass-fail course. And as you can see, we have one student pending, one student passing, and one student who is not passing. And this is how you look at the class list, course progress, and your gradebook.